Friends, today we are going to discuss about ratios and proportions. Now, what is the difference between a ratio and a fraction? Now, ratio is nothing but a part-to-part relationship and fraction is nothing but a part-to-whole relationship. Now, let us look at example. In a class, boys to girls ratio is 3:4. The boys fraction, it comes to 3 is the number of boys divided by total number of students, it comes to 7. 3 by 7 will be the boys ratio, and girls is number of girls will be 4 and total number of students will be 3 plus 4, which is equal to 7. So girls fraction will be 4 by 7. Now why ratio? Ratio is nothing but to give the simplest relationship between the n number of values, will go for the ratios. Now let us take a small example. Suppose in the first class there are boys to girls ratio is 4:3, and in the class 2 boys to girls ratio is 1:2. Now if I ask you to combine class 1 and class 2, what will be the ratio of boys to girls? Now if you combine class 1 and class 2, boys to girls ratio is equal to 4 plus 1, which is equal to 5, 3 plus 2, which is equal to 5, which is equal to 1:1, is absolutely wrong, because in a class the boys to girls ratio is 4:3. It doesn't mean that number of boys is equal to 4 and number of girls is equal to 3. It's just saying the relationship between the boys and girls is equal to 4:3. Now we can't add a ratio directly. So because in class 1 the boys to girls, we can take there are 4 boys and 3 girls, or we can also take there are 8 boys and 6 girls, and similarly in class 2 we can say 1:2 is the boys to girls ratio. It can be 1 boy 2 girls, or it can be 4 boys to 8 girls. Why? Because the number of boys and girls is not 1:2, but the ratio is equal to 1:2. So if we take this thing here, in the first case we'll get ratio to boys to girls is equal to 5:5. In the second case we'll get boys to girls ratio is 12:4. So for different values different ratios are possible, so we can't add two ratios directly. Now